Hello everyone, this is Romario with a new legacy video for today's video. Following the trend for the last few videos that I posted, I will be playing more Tezzeret World Captain and Karn the Great Creator and the One Ring and Kozilek Command and Grim Monolith and Painter Servant. I haven't actually played Painter Servant, so that was supposed to be the joke in the intro. If you made it this far without feeling too cringe about my joke, hit the follow button, leave your comments below. I love reading y'all's comments on the decks that I play, lines of play that I took. You guys are being so kind to actually point out in a very kind manner things that I could have done differently. I love to read those. It definitely helps me play better, and it also keeps me motivated to keep making these videos. So for this week, I was looking at lists online that play the cards I just mentioned, Tezzeret, Karn, and I've been loving playing this card, Tezzeret World Captain. And I came across a list by Xena Zero. I've seen them streaming before. They usually play some kind of painter deck, but not the traditional mono red painter. And I've seen them playing mono blue painter with kind of 8 cast type of deck. And I saw that they posted some results on one of the challenges. It might have been the one on Wednesday. I said Wednesday as in August 5th, I think. So this list is very similar to the Mystic Forge decks that I've been playing, except that this list has the Painter combo. So and by looking at it, just a quick glance, it looks like Flesh Raker is not in the deck. So the 4 slots where Flesh Raker would be, there's a copy of Grindstone and a copy of Painter Servant in the main deck. There's also, of course, no Candelabra in this deck, but instead, of course, we have the combo. One little difference from Xena Zero's list that got posted, they had 2 copies of Voltaic Key and 3 copies of Manifold Key in the main deck. That I thought it could be, it happened to me before that when I'm trying to play a challenge and last second you're trying to make some change to your deck and maybe you don't have the card in your collection and it takes a while for you to get it. Whatever it is, I didn't think it made too much sense to not play 4 Manifold Keys and 1 Voltaic Key, except for the fact that Voltaic Key is a sweet art and it's a super iconic card in my opinion. But no, unfortunately, Manifold Key is objectively much better than Voltaic Key, especially in the deck that you're playing Urza Saga that makes constructs and you actually want to make them unblockable sometimes. But yeah, with that being said, that's literally the same 75, so 74 out of 75. And so the deck, again, pretty similar to what I've been playing on the channel. If you follow the channel, you'll see all the artifact decks I've been trying. Same mana base, Urza Sagas. In this deck, you can't really make a case for City of Traders because we do have one drop artifacts that we want to put into play. The same mana acceleration, Lotus Petals, 1 Mox Opal, and then the Grim Monolith and Basalt Monolith. And then, of course, the keys. And then as the one CMC artifacts that we can find in this deck with both Tezzeret and Urza Saga, we got 1 copy of Expedition Map, which I like in this deck a little more because we do have 2 copies of Boseiju who endures in the sideboard. So that's a line that you can take sometimes if you're playing against things like No Rod or Stony Silence. I know that maybe the play pattern doesn't work out the same, doesn't work out in favor of this deck. If you play an Expedition Map, if your opponent's on the play, they will get down the No Rod or Stony Silence in play before you get a chance to activate and grab Boseiju. But it is an option if they're not that quick, right? Also, it does help finding half of your combo. I don't say combo, but the synergy, right? If you have Planar Nexus, but you don't have Tower, you can get the other. It can also help finding more sagas if you decided to go on the construct plan. And so Expedition Map, it's a card that I'm kind of on the fence still. I tried, even in the Mystic Forge deck, I tried that card and sometimes it was great, sometimes it was just a terrible top deck. But again, we'll see how it goes with this in this list. Then we have the 1 copy of Grindstone that I mentioned. Then again, you can also find the Saga. And we do have another copy in the sideboard that, of course, our buddy Karn can find. Then the keys, and then there's 2 copies of Mishra's Research Desk, which is a card that I had almost forgot existed. I have a few copies in paper because I tried in the funny Helm of Awakening deck like maybe like a year ago. The card is really cool, and it's a 1-drop artifact, and you can pay 1 mana, sacrifice, and then you can exile the top 2 cards of your library and choose one of them, and you can play that card until the next turn. So it's not like the red effect that we've been seeing that you like exile 2 cards and you get to play both of those cards until the next turn. This one, you do have to choose one of the 2 cards that you reveal. The cool thing with this card is that you've got Unearth, so you can pay 1 mana of any color and a red, and you can put back into play. So it does cost 3 mana for you to do the whole thing, right? Like to unearth it and then activate it again. But it's a cool way for you to get card advantage in a mono artifact deck. I am not sure if I would like to have 2 copies of this card, to be quite honest. I think the format was a little slower if we're playing more like against decks like Up the Beanstalk, something like that, that you want to like generate card advantage over time. Maybe more copies would make sense. I think the way it is, I think I want a second copy of Pithing Needle in the main deck, but I am gonna take Xeno Zero's list just to see how it goes. But I think if I was gonna build this deck, I probably would change the numbers a little bit here. I'll probably have 2 copies of Needle and 1 copy of Mishra's research desk. And one of the reasons that it's easy for me to just find this card with Saga or Tezzeret if the game goes long. And you can always just like, unearth it and do it again. And if you really want to, Karn, you can always find a Mishra's research desk that's in exile after being unearthed. So, but Needle, it's much more important to have like in your opening hand, like, you can stop your opponent from wasteland your very good mana base. Cause it is in my head, if you get to cast your more powerful spells like Karn, the One Ring, Kozilek's Command, and or your combo, or even Tezzeret's Cruel Captain, you should be able to power through like counter magic and discard spells. But if you're getting your lands wastelanded, you're trying to feed your opponent cards that like cost 4 mana or however much you're playing for Kozilek's in the format that people are playing Dazes and sometimes Spell Pierce and Consigned to Memory. It's a little more complicated. So we'll see how it goes. I think Mishra's research desk, it's probably fantastic in this deck, but my opinion, I think I probably would swap the numbers. So Guardian Lantern, of course, that's again, I sound like a broken record now. Like, the format, everyone's interacting with their graveyards, need to have that in your main deck. Grim Monolith, Voltaic Key, Painter, already mentioned, Grindstone, etc. Basalt Monolith, that's another card that we've been seeing sometimes artifact decks playing 1 copy, sometimes with 0. In this one, there's 1 copy, which seems fine, like in a deck that you're trying to activate Grindstone too. Then of course Tezzeret, that can find any of those 1 mana artifacts or 0 artifacts, including Grindstone. And it can also be like a win con by putting counters on one of your artifacts. I've got Karn, that of course very good in the meta probably, because we are seeing a lot of decks playing this type of 75 cards. So having a one-sided no rod, excellent. And also you have the whole Karn sideboard here. And then we got 4 copies of the One Ring. Again, most powerful artifact we can play in the format right now. And Kozilek's Command is just like a fantastic card, right? It does everything that you want to do right now in Legacy. Okay, so going to the sideboard, we've got, I guess I'll do the non-Karn first. So like we got 4 copies of Leyline in the Void in this list. 1 copy of Eldrazi Confluence. This card is sweet. I was just reminded that this card existed this past weekend at the BCDL event. I talked to Grim Monolith. If you look up his result, he was playing like an artifact deck that was pretty cool. Like had Tangle Wires and a Patchwork Automaton, I think it was. But he reminded me of this card. I definitely lost to this card a few times with people playing Eldrazi style decks. Like the -3, the -3 in the toughness. It's very good. It's like a good removal spell. I'm really interested in the middle ability, the one that says exile target non-land permanent and return to the battlefield. So basically just blinks a spell or a permanent. Unlike the Fiery Confluence, this one is an instant. Otherwise, I think this card with this set of choices, it would be unplayable, of course. Kind of curious how this card works out in this deck. There's only 1 copy, but like hopefully I'll get to draw it and try to see how it plays out. I actually just ordered a playset of this card online. So yeah, I think this card is really cool, and I think it's a commander set card. So like, I feel like some of those cards maybe takes a little longer for people to catch on because they don't see as much play, right? Then the 2 copies of Boseiju. Again, I kind of mentioned with Expedition Map. I think that makes more sense to have this card. And I would not play this version of artifacts, or I guess I'll call it mud these days, without 2 copies of Boseiju. I think people finally realize that these decks are good. We've been seeing more no rods and Stony Silence being played. Even a card like definitely Silence can be gonna be a pain in the ass. So I think Boseijus are definitely a requirement. It's hard to fit more than 2 in a sideboard, but I think generally speaking, if you draw 1, usually you should be able to kind of unlock your game, right? And now for the Karn stuff, we got Perilous Snare. I kind of mentioned this in the last video. It's sort of like I don't know if I call it an upgrade, but it's sort of like a portable hole style card, right? Like it's a O-ring that you can find with Karn because it happens to be an artifact. And we have a copy of Tormod's Crypt. Again, it's just like another extra graveyard hate. I'm not sure if it's super relevant, super necessary in this deck because you do have 4 copies of Leyline the Void and the Soul Guiding Lantern in the main deck already. But yeah, there's another copy of Tormod's Crypt. A lot of times, Tormod's Crypt is cool, like to just be a 0-drop artifact that you can trigger Tezzeret Crew Captain. I don't know if that's enough for it to be here, but it's another artifact hate. I'm sorry, graveyard hate artifact. Grindstone, of course, Grindstone and Painter, both of them are just other pieces of the combo that, same thing with I mentioned before with the Expedition Map and the lands. If you have one and you don't have the other, Karn can find the second piece of the combo. Haywire Mite, again, just like another card that just like deals with pesky artifacts that can, or artifacts or enchantments that can be a problem. With the advantage of this one that you can actually put in a main deck in post-board games. And it's another card you can find with Tezzeret or the Saga. It's just something that can come up sometimes. And then there's 2 copies of Disruptor Flute. This one, I'm not sure if we're supposed to side the board in sometimes. There are 2 copies, maybe just supposed to bring 1 sometimes and still have the second one as a Karn target. And then there's a Paradox Engine, which is a card that sometimes it can feel like it's win more, but I think the card is really, really good as in a way to not pass a turn to your opponent when you can't. Let's say if you're facing lethal and you have either a Monolith and the One Ring, it kind of becomes like a way for you to draw your entire deck. So I think it's always, I think the one sideboard slot for Paradox Engine makes sense. With that, we're going to play the league. We'll see how it goes. Again, it seems pretty similar to the decks that I've been playing lately, but it's got the cool Grindstone Painter Servant angle. So we'll see how it goes. And again, if you like Legacy, if you like Pre-Modern, if you like the videos that I make here, hit the subscribe button, leave your comments below, and we'll get started. Okay, so we're ready here for... We're here for round 1. Let's see what our hand looks like. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks good. Sorry, just gotta... We can cast a Karn on turn 1, or we can kind of go easy and just place the Saga, the Ancient Tomb. I think I'm going to try to jam Karn on turn 1. Unless they're playing blue, then maybe I won't do that. Just so I can play around days. I really should probably have chat closed every time I play because I get easily distracted. We're in Catacombs. Just like a avatar. I thought it was like if you won something. I was looking at is it Vivi? I think that's the name of the character in the game. Yeah, Yeah, I think I'm just gonna try to jam this Karn then. And I'm gonna get something I can cast this turn, like a Tormod Crypt, and pass. They said no. Ha ha ha. I wonder if they're playing. I wonder if they're gonna play anything after this. I might just try to. Oh, okay, so they are playing like a storm deck. All right. That's 7 mana. The LED that doesn't do much now. The Chromox. I am at 18 life, so if they, hold on, they didn't want to imprint. Siege the Mirror. Okay, so they can't go for Gaia's Will line because I have Tormod Crypt in hand. I mean, in hand, I have in play. That's. I mean, they do have another card in hand, so definitely not out of the woods here. That's almost dead, but not quite. Just can't tap my Ancient Tomb ever. Alright, now I play this Manifold Key. Do I have anything in the sideboard that saves my butt? I can put a Disruptor Flute on Tenders of Agony later. So I guess I'm just gonna play this. I'll take up Karn. That's turn. I mean, there's a universe that I draw the one ring and then I can tap Ancient Tomb the same turn, but like not as it stands. Oh, sweet. Drew up. Alright, let's see. I kind of just want to get. No, but okay, never mind. I think I was gonna get Disruptor Flute and just name Tenders of Agony, I guess. So I don't have much against them on the draw. I think Leyline is like my only hope. Well, let me put a pile view here so I can kind of put to the side the cards that I want to bring and the cards that I don't want to bring. So I think I'm gonna bring 2 Disruptor Flutes. And I can bring this. Okay, this doesn't do anything here. Needle might be a little slow. Expedition map. So Gun Lantern. I think Urza's Mishra's research desk, maybe. I feel like this is more like for like blue decks, not for this type of matchup. Like blue, like it's a counter magic type of blue. And I can probably shave the painter package, I guess. I can always find one with Karn. I want to keep the Basalt Monolith, I think, because it helps like with the more explosive hands. Yeah, this hand is not keepable. I mean, If I draw any, I think I'm gonna try it. I'll put up one of the monoliths back and. All right, so I just need to draw an ancient tomb. This is not an ancient tomb. So I guess I'm gonna play Saga, and I'll play this thing. Yeah, TS is like very, very fast, right? So I think it might just be killing me this turn. Oh, they're playing the Entomb version. Okay. You can check out me playing that deck. Not sure if Entomb has a place in TS, but it's certainly an option. I don't think this version actually. Did they play? I'm trying to remember if they played counter magic. I mean, not counter magic. I'm sorry, discard spells. That's a flute. Okay. So if I play shop, I can play this. Play this. I don't know if it matters too much. Tap this. It might matter. I can play the flute this turn too. Draw a card. I'm gonna name Tendrils of Agony. So next turn, this thing makes 2 mana. I mean, it really depends what I draw, right? Because if I draw like a Karn or Painter, Leyline of the Void. All right, let me draw first. See what I find here. Okay, so I think I'm going to make a construct. And I kind of just want to get a key. Maybe Soulguide Lantern. I don't think I could have cast Karn, right? I'm trying to see if I don't think I could. The dragon. The 5/5 flying dragon. Let's draw more cards. This thing now makes what? 3 mana. Okay, so if I tap this, untap this, now I don't have enough mana to activate. Activate Karn. Let me see what I got on my sideboard that can help me here. This when I target no one permanent opponent controls until this artifact leaves the battlefield. I could do that. Do I have enough mana for... No, because I was thinking about getting the Paradox Engine, but I don't have a spell to play after. This 4 mana. I can untap this thing and then cast the... What's the name of that card? Because if I tap this, untap this, there's 4 mana total. Okay, so I can't play Painter and activate Grindstone. Okay, but what I can do is I can... All right, cool. So that was round 1. Interesting deck. We'll see how round 2 goes. All right, so round 2, I'll be on the play. And I am going to keep this hand because this hand is fantastic. I think I'm just going to put the map first in play. I don't really have a monolith or anything that I want to be able to untap. Still kind of looks like playing the Forge deck as the cards in my hand, right? There's no... I mean, the Painter splash, I would say it's very small. Yes, I think I'm gonna play Nexus and we'll play map. You'll make a good impression of a Mystic Forge deck. Saga. All right. Let's do me some... Okay, it looks like we're playing against the other version of this deck. All right, now this thing changes things a little bit. So I think what I'm gonna do is play Tezzeret. I think I'm just gonna play my hand out basically. I am going to untap this. I can play the One Ring. Maybe could have grab another key. It's possible. All right, I'm gonna play Manifold Key. Maybe I should have just grabbed another key, but then I just make more mana. But then I get to untap the One Ring. Yeah. The cool thing is that post board, like Expedition Map, can find Boseiju for my deck, and I don't think they are playing Boseiju nowadays. Now, a card like Karn the Great Creator can be very problematic here. Because literally I'll have to get my own Karn and get Perilous Snare. Is this like a big K command? Okay, yeah. Maybe they're just trying to draw into... I'll bet you they're trying to find Karn here, but okay. So I'm gonna take one. Oh, I won. I was gonna draw some cards, but not really a way to lock up the game. All right. So what do I want to hear? Like I said, I think I want Boseiju. Tigers get -3/-3, and I mean +3/-3. So I could use that to kill fast keep permanents. Like, oops, where did he go? No, it didn't go anywhere. No, it did. I did put a Boseiju in the deck. It's right here. So I can. This definitely kills a bunch of stuff that I need to get rid of. Does it? It doesn't. Not really that good. I mean, I can kill a Saga. The thing is, these decks they don't play any basics, so like destroying a Saga, it is basically a Stone Ring for 2 mana. So maybe I do want that card. And I think Eldrazi Confluence is good too because it gets their it kills a Flashbreaker. And I think I want to Disruptor Flute in the main deck. Again, I think also Painter is also pretty good too because Flashbreaker everything becomes a colored spell. All right, so I think Soulguiding Lantern doesn't do anything. So Pithing Needle is another one that's a little bit awkward, right? Because they're playing a lot of the same cards that I'm playing. So I don't know if I want it in my main deck. Expedition map, like I said, I can find Boseiju. Maybe I think Research Desk again. I don't know if I like that card really. I got 43 seconds. Hold on, let me see. Maybe it's a huge mistake, but I'm gonna cut the needle and I need to cut one more card. Maybe Disruptor Flute is not as good as I think it is. All right, we'll try it like this. See how it goes. I kind of think the name of the game here is to try to see who can get their Karn and play faster. The One Ring is not terrible here. If I draw a key, oh no, so that's 3 mana. I have 1 left over. The thing that Basalt Monolith is like mana neutral. Flashbreaker. All right. That is quite annoying. I guess. See, if I play Basalt Monolith, I'll have 0 mana floating. Now what I can do is untap this. I can. Yeah, I'll play this Monolith too. I'll play this thing. I don't think it really matters what color I choose. All right. So the thing is that it's whenever you cast a colorless spell. Now their spells have color, so they don't trigger. It's a Karn. They are gonna grab what? This thing will get what? At the beginning of combat of your turn. Okay, so maybe Lattice. Okay. Huh. I mean, if they attack, I'm going to block, right? So it doesn't really do much. Yeah. Doesn't that just kill their Karn? I'm going to play this first so I don't lose Tess. It doesn't untap, right? I mean, I guess I could have put an expedition map and attacked. Yeah, that's what I should have done. I should have put on the expedition map. This can get Urza Saga. Play Saga and pass. The thing is that this thing, it's an emblem, right? So it happens all the... Yeah, okay, maybe I'm still in good shape here. Because they basically waste their Karn, right? They just grab a Microsynth Lattice that they can't really capitalize on it. I'm going to cast one ring. Oh, another Karn. Okay. And like, no, I think they're forced to attack this, right? Can I untap this thing? I almost feel like I can just attack my opponent really. They're at 10 life and they have a very painful mana base. I have to block one of them. Alright, the One Ring now can become a 3/3 indestructible creature. They're gonna play Lattice. I guess I can do like a big... Okay. Call. And Snare and Bridge is a pain in the ass. Yeah. Okay. So now I kind of regret using my expedition map to grab to not grab Boseiju. Okay, so what am I gonna do here? This thing is when you never fairy control enters. Okay, so if I do this, it will So I can't attack. Um, they have 49 cards in hand, and I have, I mean, not in hand, in the deck. Oh, they can start killing my lands. That's true. Hmm. Okay, no, I think they got me. Yeah, I guess maybe I should have used the expedition map to. I didn't think about the snare bridge actually. So maybe we can swap this for this. Interesting game, really. It got a little complicated there. The Disruptor Flutes again and the Pithing Needle. I still think that there's a little awkwardness there, right? Because like I want to name Karn the Great Creator or Tezzeret or the One Ring, and those are all cards that I have in my deck too. Disruptor Flute, it's a little different because I could just name Flesh Raker, for instance, a card that I'm not playing, or I can name a card that I think they're gonna grab with Karn, like in response to them activating Karn, but either way, I think this is fine the way I have it here. Like I said, Painter is sort of relevant against Flesh Raker. It makes that they don't get any triggers. And if there's an opening, I guess I can always just Karn Wish for Grindstone. The one-sided no rod. All right, so I'm gonna be on the playing game 3. This is not a keepable hand, right? Because what am I gonna do? I can't really do anything in this hand. Make constructs with his hands. I'm gonna keep it. I don't know if I want to like mulligan too low, and then not be able to have a keepable hand. All right, let's start with the Saga. And this hand can kind of beat any Karn shenanigans. And I did bring the Pithing Needle, right? So I could also do that too. And they have Manifold Key. I was going to say Voltaic Key. Wrong key. And I'm going to pass. Fortunately, I don't have a way to use a workshop next turn. Grim Monolith. Okay. I wonder if it's possible for me to just try to win with constructs here. Just Needle. There's a Saga. I really would like to draw another Ancient Tomb, I guess. Or Nexus. It's a Flash Raker. Okay. I guess I'm gonna Pithing Needle. Karn the Great Creator. Make the name Saga. If they do, then just make my decision a little easier, I guess. They didn't make a token, so maybe they're not interested in making constructs. Okay, so they went Urza Saga. Kind of made sense the way they're playing that they were not interested in making tokens. I mean, yeah, constructs. Alright, so I'm gonna get a Pithing Needle. Karn, the Great Creator. Alright, so I'm gonna throw a token in front of it. I'm just worried what's the last card in their hand. If it's like a K command, then I think this match might be over. But I kind of, I kind of knew there was a possibility with the hand that I kept. But I was like, I had enough mana if I drew any gas after mean, going to 5, like I'd have to keep a hand that's, I don't know exactly, Monolith, Ancient Tomb, Key, Karn, something like that. And it's just not easy for that to happen. Yeah, I think it's a big K command here. They're just making mana real fast. Okay. Then let's cry 8. All right. I think the only way I can win this game is if I draw exactly Eldrazi Confluence. And there's only one copy in my deck. I think that would do it, right? Is that what the card does? What I'm thinking does? Yeah. So target creature gets +3, -3. Oh, hold on. That doesn't actually. Maybe, I guess. Oh, they have Mystic Forge too. Yeah. Okay, so they only have to tag me 3 more times. Yeah. Okay. They got it. All right. Yeah, I think that was sort of a close game. Maybe should have think about mulligan at the end of game 2. I mean game 3, but all right. So currently 1-1. We'll see how we do in round 3. All right, so I'm back here for round 3. And I think I'm gonna keep this one. Any land or any artifacts that make mana. Like any land that makes more than 1 mana, I'm sorry. Any artifacts that any artifacts that like Monolith. Any of the Monoliths really. Should be okay here. Beautiful island choice by the opponent. Not my favorite, but it does look beautiful. So blue and white. Mystic. I mean, Stoneforge Mystic. Okay. This is cool. This is Cauldron complete. So I can't kill this thing unless I draw a Nexus now. Ew. Okay. So what am I gonna do? I think. It exiles, right? Okay, so I can just exile the token. Alright. Should know how my cards work. I keep thinking that the token from Counter Complete is like unbeatable, but no, you can still exile things like that. I think they're just gonna activate and swing, right? Probably. They probably have counter magic for the first one. Which means that I'll take 5-7 damage this turn. I like to draw at least 1 card. I'm gonna brainstorm first. That's smart. Get a good use of your fetch lands. All right. So Prismatic Vista activated. They're gonna activate. No. Oh, Stoneforge Mystic. So card are complete in play. Right, so let's try to cast this. I don't think I want to make a token. I think I just want to draw a card, right? Okay, player, creature. Bottom. Okay, so that got exiled. Fairly easy, actually. And I guess I'll play the One Ring. Is that gonna eat a counter magic? It will. It will take a Force Will to the face. My hand is very good, but mana is kind of like my bottleneck here. I'm gonna get back to basics here. Jace the Mind Sculptor. All right, Jason in the house. Should probably cash down on this thing. Okay, so I don't know anything that's in their hand. So I have a Needle in the deck. I could wait for this to just come online. And have another Force Will. Well, that's upsetting. All right, so definitely gonna cash on this Soul Guide Lantern. What did they exile? It was a very back to basics. All right, am I dead now? I mean, I guess I can get. Well, no, I mean, I have a lot of artifact mana in the deck. Problem is Jace the Mind Sculptor. I take one from Stoneforge Mystic. All right, let's make mana. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to Needle Jace the Mind Sculptor. Oh, Jesus Christ, the Mind Sculptor. There you go. All right, and then I think I'll draw a card off of this. All right. So what do I need to draw? I need to draw Planar Nexus, I guess. Okay, Narset. Another back to basics. Okay. Well, didn't really have a way to get rid of the first one anyway, so well, that's my whole combo here. Okay, so if I draw a Planar Nexus, I can. What can I do? I can play Tezzeret and play Key. Would I have a Cryptic Code now? Okay, all right, let's see. I mean, I guess Karn the Great Creator could find the Perilous Snare and get rid of back to basics, but that's chance of that happening are very slim. All right, I guess I'll take another draw step because I just get more information and it's not like it's gonna take too long for me to see what else in their deck. Okay, and I think I only see this when the game is over. It's kind of like a morph card. Okay, it's when this thing is unblockable, so I'm thinking 3. Next turn is 6. Okay. Urza Saga. I guess if I draw Urza's Workshop, I can try to do something. Does this draw cards when I do that? I'm trying to understand why they just bounce them back. So just again, replay it. I'll take 4. Is that prismatic ending on this? Okay. Yeah, I think they got it now. Okay, so does it show what cards? Oh, it does. Ponder and a. All right, so I think I need Boseiju here, and I'm just gonna guess that they don't care so much about the graveyard. I'm gonna cut Basalt Monolith. Probably got a Painter for another Disruptor Flute, maybe. Well, I don't really have a way to find that. So, no, I think I'm just gonna keep it like this. All right, I'm gonna do this for science. Oh wow. Okay, I guess it worked out. I did it for science. You guys get to see some good content. Is that target non-permanent? Turns into. I mean, this card seems good against any. Is it good really? They can make tokens that make mana. So the middle one just like saves one of my permanents, really, right? Because it just blinks the card, and the other one's like a removal, but it's sort of a removal. So I guess maybe not in this matchup. Then it's not what I'm looking for. I mean, it seems interesting because you can play it and then try to save one of your permanents. I'm gonna keep this one. I really think that. I think that Back to Basics is a card that really is gonna mess with me. So I think I'm just gonna play Expedition Map. And next turn I could play Saga and use Map to grab Planar Nexus. I just have red mana to unearth it. I have copies of this card in paper because there was a funny deck that I played a long time ago. But I forgot how this card works. So it sacrifices artifacts out of the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them until the end of the turn. Okay, so it's not like the red effect that you remove 2 cards and then you get to use them. Okay, they wanted to kill my thing. All right, so I'm going to cast this thing then. Apparently, I have to read it too. Is there a universe that I want to? No, it's my turn 2, so just play the side. Okay, no. I was wondering if there's a universe I want to play Petal to hold up Boseiju. Because if they... Okay, so I should have probably done that. If I do this way, then I'm kind of locked into having to grab a land. Okay, so there's a workshop. Yeah, I'm gonna play that. All right, then I think I'm just gonna pass a turn. Unfortunately, I'm not. I don't have metal craft, so I can't take full advantage of the workshop because it would make 3 mana. That's someone was wondering if I should have just played the paddle that turn and. Doesn't really have stifle, right? You do get a land though. And they have 5 cards in hand too, so. Ooh, they might have meltdown too. I just realized that. Hmm. It's so miserable that I can't make 4 mana. Um. I was dipping the tank with this Pithing Needle. I'm gonna counter this? Okay. It does get me off of a metal craft, but I do have another artifact that I can cast. Alright. So maybe they don't have oh, they do have Jace. Alright. So what do I need to draw? If I draw any lands, especially one, if it's an Urza land, I'll just be super happy. Planar Nexus would be awesome. I'm gonna play this thing. I will have access to a lot of mana if this resolves. Sign to memory. All right. That's 20 silence. Okay. Well, it'll be really hard for me to cast a Boseiju now because I'll have to find Planar Nexus and just naturally draw the second Boseiju. So I need a land. It's not a land. I mean, yeah, it's not a land. I'll play this guy, I guess. Maybe it's a counter magic. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's actually a good exchange for me. So what could Karn do here? Um, I think I might just have to concede here. I don't think I can beat them if they get Jace to brainstorm too many times. So this does make 3 mana now. Or, oh, I'll try to play this. Oh, Force of Will. Anime, Narset. Didn't find anything? I guess not. Or they chose not to. Oh no. Oh, they hadn't done it yet. I'm sorry. I thought they had activated already. I'll play this thing and trying to see like how can I win this game still. Maybe it's just maybe I'll do this for content. But I'm pretty sure if I was just playing a league, this would have been a concession. Yeah, because I really think I have to draw second Boseiju, Planar Nexus. Yeah, that doesn't actually matter that much now. Because this card, it's the lands I control. Yeah, so like yeah, pretty much anything in my deck, I just cast it. This doesn't do anything now because it's Tony Simons too. So yeah, I think I'm gonna concede. I don't. There's a possibility. I guess I'm at 20 life, but they're brainstorm every turn. So oh, there was a Planar Nexus. If I see Boseiju after this, okay, it's a Karn. All right. 1 and 2. Hopefully we can finish this league with a positive record. We'll be back here for round 4. All right, so round 4, we'll be on the draw. So I could, yeah, I think I can keep it. I still haven't like really. Oh man, we're playing against the boogeyman of the format. All right, so I think I'm just like assuming that something's gonna get wastelanded. So I'll play the paddle too. I do have Keiko Man in my hand, so I could maybe try to exile something next turn. Maybe it's gonna be a Thoughtseize here. A Brainstorm. Okay. Problem is that I don't have. It's so awkward with this deck. Like sometimes not having Metalcraft early in the game because you don't have that many like zero drops. All right, so I think I'm just gonna hold on for Mishra's research. See if I can find a second land. Painter. Are they gonna reanimate the painter? Oh, that's I guess I have to get Manifold Key. If they counter, I think I have to cast Manifold Key off of Lotus Petal. No, they didn't. Okay, so I'm gonna cast this thing first. All right, we're gonna untap this. I'll play this guy too. So this thing says what? Sacrifice, choosing one of them until end of your next turn. So I could second now until the end of my next turn. So let's do that then. Oh, my next. Oh man. All right. Sorry about that. That was a huge punt. I realized that the card says that, but the unearthed. Okay. That was what people like to call a punt. Sorry. I do things like this so you don't do it. Another ponder. I wonder if they're looking for another wasteland. That's what it seems like. Okay. So this makes 2 mana now, right? Because I have Metalcraft and a lot of mana. Untap this. Tap, untap, tap, untap. So I could get something silly like a Paradox Engine. Do I have a Painter in the sideboard? I do have a Painter. Huh. The Paradox Engine seems interesting. If I'm gonna get Painter, then I'm just gonna go ahead and they have 5 cards in hand. I don't think Painter is gonna resolve. Paradox Engine, what do I do? Next turn I get to cast Kozilek come in and then everything untaps. I could get a flute. You just name like Force of Will. I name Murktide. Should make a decision. I get Painter. There you go. Petty Theft. Yeah, let's do this first, I guess. You could be like Entomb. Reanimate. Is it creature or... Hold on, let me look at this card. Whenever this ends, their opponent sacrifice a creature or planeswalker. Their choice. Discard a card unless... Okay, so I could just try to... I can just sack Karn, right? Or I can just try to do this too. Exile target creature. No. Exile up to 1 card from the graveyard and... Airplay cries and draw a card. No, I can just make a token, I guess. All right, so I'm gonna try to choose target player. Try to exile this. If they force, okay. But I think they were dead anyways, I think. I mean, I guess Archon could draw them something. Because I think I was going to set Karn and then this gets Grindstone and activate. I think. Alright, so I think I have to bring Leylines, right? Yeah, that's the move here. No, not like file view. Sorry about that. So I'm going to bring this, and this. And I think I want to Boseiju because I think they usually have no rod in their deck. Alright, so I'm gonna put Basalt Monolith. So Needle is good against Wasteland. I think Mishra's Research Desk. I'm not sure if I want that card. Maybe Expedition Map. Well, map can find Boseiju, but if no rod's in play already, I can't find it. I don't know. Neo Voltaic Key. Kind of want to have at least one Mishra's Research Desk. Where's the deck more painter than I'm thinking? Maybe I'm playing this deck too much like a Mystic Forge combo. Maybe my mindset wasn't correct the whole time in this league. Regardless, I think I might revisit this deck. I think I like the idea. I just didn't. Maybe I just didn't play it the correct way. I think I'm gonna keep it. Also, it's taking me off a little bit that I chose the wrong art of Leyline of the Void. Should have gone with the original one, but details. And I think usually if I can take care of the reanimator part of their deck, I think the other half, the tempo part's a little easier for my deck to beat. To Tezzeret. The Tez. Alright, so let's play Manifold Key. Try to work towards heavy metal craft. Ponderino. Also like this stops them from resolving a Murktide. Ooh, they don't have land number 2? Okay, then I guess I'll play Saga. And I'll play Manifold Key. So next turn, I draw like a Lotus Petal. Or any artifact, really. No, I mean, it has to be an artifact that I can cast. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright. So, any artifacts? No. Yeah, I guess I'll play a second workshop and yeah, Thought sees me. Yep. It's a tower. As soon as I draw a monolith, I'll be making all the mana in the world. There's a brainstorm, right? Are the brainstorm locked now? No, unfortunately, for me. Actually, it's smarter if I do it this way. Yeah. I mean, I had a feeling that I was going to eat counter magic after they cantrip for 4 turns in a row. So I guess excuse me, I think this is the situation. I guess maybe I want the research desk, right? Because it helps me get a little bit ahead. Wasteland. Yeah, you can wasteland whatever. Maybe just a Baragorth. 3/4. I don't even know if I have anything I want to grab with this. What do I got? Maybe Soul Guide Lantern? I take Saga. Makes into a tiny Goyf. I mean, they can wasteland me to make it bigger. No, it's just a 2/3. I think next turn I'm gonna cash on the Soul Guide Lantern. I mean, I know there's a chance that they Brazen Borer and then reanimate something, but I don't think I can give them too much time. Did they? They drew 3 wastelands, right? 1, 2. I think one of them had a different arc. Did it say one? Oh yeah. That's why I couldn't tell. Alright. Bitter Triumph. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna draw a card. Monolith. Okay. Oh, maybe I should have held on to that because if I draw another Tezzeret, I want multiple triggers. Okay. I take 3. It's not looking very good now. Put Archon in the exile. Cameo. Okay. Alright, guess I'm just gonna pass again. Okay, now they got Brazen Bar in hands. That makes a ton of mana now, but I don't have anything to do with all that mana. I'm just gonna put this back in my hand. Yep. So I know they have Archon in hand, so they can't just into reanimate Archon. They can put a Trax in play. Okay. Yeah, I think they got it. All right. I'm gonna go to game 3. I do have a Mishra's research desk. Okay. No, did it not come up with a? Maybe I missed it. Wow. Okay. When I down tick Tezzeret, I thought I didn't see the research desk. This hand is very good on the blind. Like I mean, not very good, but it can. Oh, okay. This one's okay too. I guess I'm gonna keep both Tezzerets. I think I'm just gonna put the Mox Opal back. Done. The Mulligan 2. Alright, so Wasteland. Might just get a Thoughtseize in turn 1. No? Okay. Alright, so let's get this. This is a consign to memory. Yeah, okay. Alright. The other play would have been to play Saga, but then I can't cast everything, so. Let's play this guy again. Not gonna resolve. Alright, so play Saga. And if I can dodge Entomb Reanimate for 1 turn, maybe I can get there. Thoughtseize. Sure. Yeah, my hand is not the greatest. Okay. I guess just play another Saga. And I'll say go. A lot of Sagas. I will be able to activate them, so I think it's fine. Yeah, the Wasteland is not doing any favors right now. Alright, so make a construct. Okay, then on my turn. Okay. I'm gonna make 2 constructs. This is gonna make a construct too. What? Okay. Oh, now it resolved. Sorry. I was a little confused. Did the Magical Line try to make mana and then it didn't? I guess consign to memory. I'm not sure if they have anything that picks up cards from the graveyard, but. Alright, so the worst thing that can happen here, I think it's a. I guess I don't have it. I was thinking Engineer Explosives. That's a card that they've been playing, so they could just look for 0, I guess, and sweep all my tokens. I think they would have not pushed my other token if they had that. But that's pretty good. Alright, I think I'm just gonna make the same play again. Well, except now I'm gonna get the research desk, I guess. And let this resolve first. And I'll get the thing. You guys Mishra's research. Yeah. And I'll use the extra mana for this. I can play the workshop, I guess, because that would make a lot of mana. I'm swinging for 14. What a push. Alright, so the only thing is 6. Constructs haven't really looked this good since forever. Alright, cool. So 2 and 2. Hopefully can win the last round and let's finish as a 3-2. I know I haven't been playing very tight in this league, but see the deck is very good, and I think some of this match wins was really the deck that is being performed well. All right, I will just take a quick break and I'll have a game play match 3, match number 5. All right, match 5 of the league. Last one. Currently 2-2. The proverbial 3-2 dream is still alive. I think I'm gonna keep this one. What am I gonna do here? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and play Painter. See what happens. I'm just gonna name. You know what? I'm gonna name blue. No, I'm just gonna name white. I was trying to like maybe play too many levels of the game here, like make them think that I'm playing mono red Painter. And I do have a Grindstone on the sideboard, so obviously playing Karn and grabbing a Grindstone is an option. It's a volcanic island. Playing his actual Delver. Oh, I haven't seen a Delver in a while. Okay. Alright, that's Delver's Secrets. Okay, so I think I played like this. They didn't daze it. I'm gonna play this thing. Worst case scenario, my tokens are gonna be pretty buff. If my Urza Saga makes it through the next turn. It's crazy. I'm gonna play Karn and I get to play around days too. Yeah, I'm not gonna block. I'm gonna attack. I'm just gonna pass. It didn't flip. So not attacking was the right choice. Wow, okay. Didn't expect that to go this well. I'm just gonna do this because I don't know exactly what's on their list. So I'm gonna bring the 2 Boseijus just in case we run into no rod. So Guiding Lantern. No, that's good against DRC, right? I think the Expedition map might just be a little too slow. Eldrazi Confluence though, it's kind of cool. Maybe the Basalt Monolith. Or Voltaic Key. Maybe Voltaic Key. It was a very quick game one. I think I'm gonna keep this one. It's in my experience that they usually come overly prepared for the artifacts in game post board games. So like the One Ring, it's obviously they can still just like consign to memory on the stack, but they can't destroy it, for instance. And I think I'm just gonna place. Whoa, no, I think I'm gonna play Tower first. The next time I'm gonna play Saga. Because like this hand, like if they play, I don't know, a no rod, I can still win Tezzeret can still put counters on things, and they did take a mulligan too, so if they wasteland, I hope they wasteland now instead of the next land. Okay. That is okay. All right, that changed things a little bit, I think. Where does it? Okay, so I'm gonna play Ancient Tomb. I'm gonna pass. Next one I can play Saga. Okay, I'm not gonna play. I mean, I guess I can still play land. If I draw Nexus here, I'm gonna be so happy. All right, I'm just gonna play Urza Tower. So I'll be able to trigger Tezzeret twice in the same turn if it resolves. Is that a Murktide? No, they can cast Murktide. I need one more card. They're gonna try to search for extract me. Okay. I said I think I'm gonna play one. Just in case they do have no rod in their deck. I think what is the word I'm looking for? The opportunity cost here. It's okay. Be like a 4/4 Murktide maybe. A DRC. Okay. That is a good card. Meltdown for 0. So I think I should. Yeah, I think I can probably just wait here. Yeah. Because then Workshop kind of replaces Saga. DRC doesn't fly or anything. I very smartly play the Lotus Petal, so that means this token will be a 2/2. Meltdown for 0. All right, I'll make some. I'll make a black mana. Meltdown for 0. I will try to make a token. If they attack, I will block. Okay. Interesting sequence of plays here. So there's a Mox Opal. I'll make another token. What do I want to get here? I'm gonna get Mox Opal, really. The Needle can stop future wastelands. I can get a Grindstone. I get Research Desk. Alright, so I'll play Workshop. And I have Metalcraft, right? They have Days mana up. Okay. think I'm gonna try to play Teferi first. Oh wow, okay. So 3-2. Don't know what my opponent's holding. It was the last card in their hand, but I think my plan there was to untap Mox Opal, maybe just try to cast the One Ring this turn. Not sure. I can just attack with a big construct. I think my plan was just kind of bad if they had a second meltdown. But yeah, 3-2. So final thoughts here. I don't think I played particularly tight in some of those matches. Not just the ones I won or the ones I lost, but in general. I'm sorry, I apologize for that. But I think the list is sweet. I really like the fact that they, again, this list is from a user Zena Zero, I think their name. I watched them stream a couple of times. They usually play some type of painter style decks, but like not. I don't think I've seen them play like the straight painter, just like mono red painter. But yeah, they played this list and one of the challenges, actually, except for the Manifold Key, like I mentioned in the intro, they had 3 copies of Manifold Key and 2 Voltaic Key. I'm not sure if those just like, I've seen people like play last second cards that they, when they join a challenge, like, no, they can't find another copy. They don't have their collection or whatever. Maybe it was for a reason. Maybe they just like, no, against Pithing Needle, like, no, if you don't needle this one, you can needle this one. So, you know, kind of like the old, if you're playing Pyroblast and Red Elemental Blast, and you're trying to play against cards like, no, Meddling Mage or Surgical Extraction, so you make a split of the cards that kind of do the same thing. It didn't make much sense to me, so I decided to go with 4 Manifold Keys and 1 Voltaic Key. Voltaic Keys, much better art, much cooler card, but unfortunately, Manifold Key is just like objectively better. So I played 4 copies instead. So that's the only difference from Zena Zero's list from the challenge. Yeah, it looked really cool. Mishra's research desk. I think the cards, one of the cards that like I kind of almost forgot existed. And I don't know if I actually played very correctly with the card. Actually, of course, that one round where I completely blanked and unearthed the card leaves the play at the end of the turns. I was really focused on the first paragraph attacks, the sacrifice artifact. Can play the next turn. So little punts aside, I think the card is cool. I don't know if 2 is the correct number. I almost feel like some of these decks, I think Needle is essential just so you don't lose to like random like hands that your opponent may have, like with double wastelands. So I don't know, maybe this is another deck that should be in the same line of thought, like cut 1 Mishra's research desk, just play 2 Pithing Needles in the main deck. I don't know, maybe just me getting wastelanded too many times. I normally think that if you get to cast your spells and the game goes like past turn 3, you should be able to power through like things like discard spells and counter magic. But if you're not able to cast your spells, then and you're only feeding them one spell a turn that can be dazed, then I think things fall apart real fast. So yeah, I think if I was gonna run this back, I think maybe I would cut 1 Mishra's research desk and like put another Pithing Needle. Map seemed interesting in this deck. If you're following my channel, you'll definitely notice that I've been playing a lot of Mystic Forge decks, and like I'm a big fan of the new Tezzeret. Like I really like to play this card now. And some of the lists that I tried had Expedition Map, and it was a bit slow. But I do like the idea of having Expedition Map and Boseiju post board. I'm sure there's also situations that it doesn't work, because if you were on the draw, by the time you cast Expedition Map, or if you grab with Saga, no Raw is already in play, then you can't search for Boseiju. But generally speaking, I think that's one cool plan. Also, Expedition Map, of course, can just always find like one of the other piece of your land synergy. If you have Planar Nexus, you can find Tower. If you have Tower, you can find Nexus, and so on. Also, just like grabbing an extra Saga sometimes. I actually, before this league, I was talking to someone on Discord that I was basically agreeing with them that Urza Saga tokens haven't been like a really good plan B in a long time. And then you saw this league, like, no, I if I'm not mistaken, I think I won 2 matches with Saga tokens. So I don't know, maybe tokens, construct tokens are good again. But I've also been seeing a lot of engineer explosives and meltdowns. So I also like a lot of the creatures just kind of like outclass Saga tokens these days. Like, if your opponent just puts an Atraxa in play, like, these Saga tokens are not gonna get there. But yeah. And as a sideboard, I mean, I kind of like every card. Eldrazi Confluence. I was really hoping to draw this card at least once in the league. It's a card that it's one of those cards that I just recently actually bought it on paper, and it looks really good by reading at it. I think I got paired against people that are playing like the more aggro Eldrazi deck. They definitely beat me with this card in the past. And actually, over the BCDL weekend, I was talking to Grim Monolith. If you look at the results, he top 8 the Saturday event with a very interesting take on a artifact deck. And he was like, "Oh, I was playing Eldrazi Confluence," and he kind of reminded me the card existed. And I read it, and he was like, and then, you know, there's a bunch of situations they're good. I think the middle mode is really the one that, like, I was really interested, because just being able to save your permanents from a removal spell or something like that seems really cool. And then of course the top part too, like, if you get to kill, collect a roof or something like that. And it's an instant, which is interesting, because the only card I remember was the Fiery Confluence, right? The red one, I think that one's a sorcery. So it's interesting that they made this into an instant. Obviously, if you read the card, those effects should be instants, right? Like, especially the middle one, like sorcery wouldn't be too good. Probably would not even be playable. So yeah, but I didn't draw the card. I kind of wish I had drawn, just to see how it works, like in an actual match. So I don't know if there's room for a second copy in the sideboard. I don't know if that's if it's possible. Like, my first thought would be like, no, just put Painter in the main deck and then free up one sideboard slot and put another Eldrazi Confluence. But without playing with the card, it's really hard for me to see if it's actually good or not, right? Looking at it, it seems good, but sometimes, like, in actual matches, in the actual game is not as good. I think I've talked too much here now. Again, a lot of the cards, if you've been following my channel, a lot of these cards were in the Mystic Forge videos that I just posted, except for maybe the Painter combo and the Mishra's Research Desk. Those cards weren't in the last few videos that I posted, but I really like this deck. I wish I had more paper events near me so I could try all the versions in paper. Unfortunately, there aren't that many events in paper for me to play, so I'll definitely have to keep this one in mind for one of my next league matches. I mean, local leagues, to play one of these versions of I'll call it Tezzeret, I guess, Painter. And with that, thanks for watching. If you like Pre-Modern, you like Legacy, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Blue Sky. You can also follow me on Moxfield. I started posting all my deck lists that you see in the videos I posted over there. There'll probably be some, I don't know about Legacy, but for sure there'll be some like Pre-Modern decks that I'll post there too, that decks that if I come up with a lot of decks for Pre-Modern, not so much for Legacy, but I'm gonna start posting them over there too. So they might not make it into a video, but they will be there. So like the ideas that I tested, I definitely test them on Magic Online, but they won't be on the videos. But if you want to just kind of look at Pre-Modern brews and Legacy brews, I'll have them in my Moxfield. So hit the follow button there too. I didn't know there was a thing you could follow people Moxfield, and then I started following some people there. And so hit the follow button, subscribe button, leave your comments below. I love reading comments on the decks that I play, misplays that I made, which for this league, yes, some of them are pretty obvious, but I still like to read y'all's comments. All right, and I'll see you guys in the next video.